Hello and welcome to Quartzlight, your car brochure channel. In today's Saturday edition, where we look at a special edition every Saturday, we'll be looking at the Renault 5 Special Edition Le Car. Hello and welcome back, and if you're new to Quartzlight, we're a car brochure channel here on YouTube looking at car brochures from around the world for the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s, sometimes beyond that as well. So if you're interested in cars and car brochures, please consider subscribing. Anyway, back to today's episode. Yes, we're going to look at the Renault 5, but because it's a Saturday edition, what we call the Saturday Special, we look at a special edition every Saturday. This is a special edition version of the Renault 5 called Le Car in Europe, and this is actually a UK brochure, so let's have a look at that now. And here is today's brochure. The brochure is actually dated the 23rd of March 1979. Now, if you're listening from North America, you'll know that what we call in Europe the Renault 5 was actually called the Renault Le Car. Renault 5, possibly too plain, too bland for the American buying public, so they came up with this Le Car name. Now in Europe it was just called the Renault 5, of course, and Le Car was something that came up for this special edition, and I think in some ways it was celebrating that success in North America. So the word Le Car here in Europe was just denoting this particular model, this special edition. But let's just zoom in on it. As you can see, for 1979 it was actually a really nice special edition. You got these rather lovely alloy wheels, of course the Le Car graphics and this red stripe, and you can just about make out these sort of Renault 5 Gordini seats. I think there's a slightly better picture of those seats later on though, but overall I've always really liked the design of the Renault 5. Certainly actually one of my favourite car designs. Actually, I really like these, particularly the early ones. Anyway, let's have a look at some of the text and learn a bit more about this special edition. So it starts by saying Festival Renault 5, a silver edition of the world's biggest selling French car, the Renault 5, and you have a chance in 1,000 of seeing one or owning one, because 1,000 is all that is going to be made. And we have one on display from the 9th to the 28th of April. But if silver isn't your colour, then we have a whole range of Renault 5s, all worth their weight in gold, all worth looking at. And indeed, in this particular brochure it does show the Renault range as well, so that's interesting to compare. Anyway, let's open the brochure up. And as you see, when we open the page, we get this large double page spread showing the Renault 5 Le Car Special Edition and the rest of the Renault 5 range. But we'll start with the text and learn a little bit more about this particular model. Take all the comfort, versatility and rugged reliability for which the Renault 5 is famed. Take touches of luxury like alloy wheels and digital clock. Take a sleek silver finish and make only 1,000 and you have Le Car. There's just one thing we've kept as ordinary as possible about Le Car, and that's Le price. Come and see Le Car now and take a look at the rest of the Renault 5 range, designed to meet varying needs, but all with a big car performance and small car parking, smooth on the motorways and nippy in town traffic, 3 doors and seats that fold away to give estate car capacity of 32 cubic feet. So join us at the Renault 5 Festival, celebrate the most popular French car in the world and test drive the model of your choice. And of course we get a little bit of an image of this digital clock that this special edition comes with. So we go there, we get our main front image. Again, that little Le Car badge at the front. It's slightly different grille. We've got this chrome that's going right underneath the lights, which is different, and these black bumpers. Yeah, we can see once again those nice alloy wheels. these sort of like side reflector type lights, which I presume is there to represent what would have been on the North American model maybe. Better look at the seats now. You can see these sort of Renault 5 Gordini seats now, and finished in this silver colour, but overall quite a high spec model of the Renault 5 in 79. And it is of course showing the rest of the Renault 5 range for 79, and like I say, I actually prefer these older Renault 5s, and it is one of my favourite cars. The Renault 5 5TL, so this will be the base model. The Renault 5 with its well-proven 845cc or 5TL with a 956cc engine gives a spirited performance in towns and is capable of steady motorway cruising. We can see we've got these grey bumpers on this particular yellow example, and indeed on the next model up, the Renault 5 GTL, quite a high spec model. On this model we've also got these sort of like grey body side mouldings on there as well. 1289cc engine for quiet, effortless motoring, an ideal family car. The sporty Renault 5 TS, the 1289cc engine, gives a top speed of 96 miles per hour, sporty appearance and well equipped for the young executive. Again, we can see those grey bumpers. And then this very unusual model, the Renault 5 1300 automatic. Now there's even an automatic that gives a positive and lively performance, and this model is showing a vinyl roof and the bumpers and them side mouldings on this example in black. And then my favourite Renault 5, the Renault 5 Gordini, the newest and fastest of the 5s, well equipped with a 1397cc engine and 5-speed gearbox, rally bred to give the performance of a lifetime. And you can see those same or similar seats that we got in that limited edition model, like the red stripes and particularly unusual alloy wheels on this model. And then on the back page, the rest of the range, or as it calls it here, Le Range. I think these are all models we've actually seen on the channels before, but let's just zoom in and have a quick overview. Again, one of my favourites, the Renault 4. Budget motoring and comfort, 5 doors and 4 seats, reliable and cruises smoothly at 70, also available as a van. The Renault 12, available as a saloon or estate, superior comfort, quiet performance, effortless road holding and room for 5 adults. The Renault 14 TL, low running costs and room for 5 adults, with fold-away rear seats and parcel shelf to give estate car capacity. The 14 GTL has all the comfort and equipment of the TL with luxury additional refinements. Again, one of my favourite Renaults, the Renault 16, powerful and lavishly equipped for comfort and safety, superb seats and comprehensive soundproofing made for exceptionally smooth ride. The very unusually styled 15 and 17, 2 stylish, comfortable and practical coupes with room for 4 adults. The 15 GTL has a top speed of over 90 miles per hour. The 17 TS has a top speed of over 106. The Renault 20, the 2-litre TS, lavishly equipped and with distinctive sporty appearance. Estate car luggage capacity, automatic optional extra. And then the top of the range, and these very nicely drawn pictures, the Renault 30, a big powerful modern executive saloon, luxuriously equipped to hold 5 people. Fold-away rear seats, increased luggage capacity, a real pleasure to drive. Ooh, and we have actually missed one, although this is actually looks like a photograph rather than a drawing. The Renault 18, an exciting new 5-seater range from the 18 TL to the luxurious GTL. They leave nothing to be desired. And then that very memorable yellow banner style Renault and that Renault badge, how it was in the 70s. And then at the bottom there we can just make out there that please note this brochure was finalised for printing on the 23rd of March 1979. So there we go, the special edition Renault 5 Le Car, and indeed the rest of the range for Renault in 1979 really reminds me why French cars really are my favourite cars. What a great range of cars Renault had then. If you remember any of these cars, particularly the Renault 5 Le Car Special Edition, jot that in the notes, or indeed if you're listening from the US, do you remember your version, the Renault 5 or Renault Le Car as they called them? If you remember those, please jot that in the comments. Always very interesting to read. But thank you so much for watching today. Please do like and subscribe, and we'll see you very soon. Take care and goodbye.